Welcome to the Deconstructionist Deep Dive.
This deep dive doesn't just accept the story.
We break it
We examine the pieces.
and expose the machinery inside.
Let's dive in.
But before we tear it apart, I want you to hold one question in your mind. What is the one idea you've held on to about dating and attraction that you're finally ready to put on the chopping block? Keep that thought. Let's begin. Today, we are diving headfirst into what's often packaged as the game or, seduction system.
Right, these playbooks.
Exactly. They claim to offer this kind of shortcut, like proprietary software for attraction, and frankly, they often prey on a very specific type of insecurity. So we've taken a deep look at their foundational claims, the mechanisms they propose, and the hidden traps.
Yeah, there are definitely traps.
Our mission here is really to extract the most important insights and expose the underlying machinery of these systems. We'll be breaking down some of the key conceptual ideas we've identified.
And as we go, and for you listening, it's worth keeping this question in mind. Why do these ideas work on people? I mean, what makes them so sticky?
That's the core question, really.
Even when, you look closely and
Yeah.
they feel so manufactured.
Exactly. It's fascinating. Let's start with their foundational axioms, what these systems present as these sort of unproven fundamental truths about human nature.
Okay.
So core idea 1 states, female attraction is not conscious until triggered by jealousy from a rival.
Wow. Right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat, that's an extreme generalization and, just a dangerous starting point for any real human interaction.
It really shrinks the whole picture, doesn't it? It's not just simple. It feels like a narrative designed to deny female agency altogether. It reduces women to these, simple reactive targets, not complex individuals. It sets up this really paranoid scenario where every single interaction becomes this calculated move.
Calculated to trigger that specific reaction,
Yeah,
jealousy.
Exactly. Manufactured reaction.
And it only gets, wilder. Core idea 5 then claims pre-selection, meaning, demonstrating your value through other women, constitutes 80% of attraction.
80%.
80%. We immediately flag that. It's a completely fabricated statistic. There's zero empirical basis for a number like that. It's just
Pulled from thin air.
pulled from thin air, yeah.
And that's such a classic tactic, isn't it, from this whole guru industry? You throw out a precise-sounding number
Right.
to give this illusion of, scientific authority. Make people obey.
Yeah, it sounds credible.
But what it really does is chain you to external validation. Your worth in this system is never actually your own. It has to be certified by others.
Your status depends on what other people think, not who you are.
Right. It's all perception, not inner depth.
And then there's core idea 7, which tries to sort of wrap this all up nicely. It says, attraction is a non-logical emotional response to demonstrated survival and replication value.
The pseudo-evolutionary psychology bit.
Exactly. They're trying to give it this veneer of credibility, to justify what is essentially a manipulative framework.
And this, for me, is one of those insidious parts.
Yeah.
It tries to make attraction sound like this cold biological calculation.
Yeah.
It just strips away everything that actually makes human connection profound and beautiful. Love, art, humor, shared values, intellectual sparks, all of it.
Gone.
It reduces people to just biological units. It's like some of those really awful historical movements that use science to simplify human worth and, justify control.
If you buy into this, you're basically discarding your own humanity.
For a sterile, reductionist view, yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. If those are the supposed truths, what's the playbook telling you to actually do? Because these systems don't just stop there.
No, they give you instructions. Very specific ones.
Incredibly specific, almost performative actions. Core idea 11, for example, posits that social interaction is a performance art where men are the observed, not the observing.
Think about that flip.
It completely flips the natural dynamic of connection, right? It turns every single interaction into a stage where you're constantly under scrutiny.
Constantly being judged.
Yeah. And on that stage, core idea 8 instructs a man to systematically demonstrate 5 DHVs, that's their term, demonstrations of higher value.
DHVs.
These are listed as pre-selection, leadership, protection, emotional range, and successful risk-taking. They even invent their own jargon.
Right, and that false taxonomy. It's like trying to cram personality into these rigid, scientific-sounding boxes. A bit like phrenology trying to map character from skull bumps.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Instead of helping you develop genuine character, you're just learning to perform this caricature. Building a mask based on someone else's idea of value.
A mask. Not you.
It prioritizes this weird artificial efficiency for intimacy over spontaneous, genuine expression.
So instead of being yourself, you're constantly performing these 5 DHVs. I mean, that sounds utterly exhausting.
It is, because it's completely prescriptive. Look at core idea 10. It's incredibly rigid. Interactions follow a strict, timed formula. Attraction, 10 minutes. Comfort seduction, 25-40 minutes total.
10 minutes for attraction? Seriously, 25 to 40 minutes for the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like a human heart on an assembly line.
So what's the real impact of trying to force that kind of rigid time structure onto something as fluid and unpredictable as human connection?
Well, it turns connection into this race against the clock. It replaces genuine curiosity with this sense of, like, urgent, ritualistic routine.
Kill spontaneity.
Completely. This prescriptive fallacy just makes you anxious. It teaches you to follow a script instead of just embracing the messy, beautiful, unique flow of actually connecting with someone.
And to keep up with this formula, Core ID 12 reveals that all human interaction can supposedly be broken down into gambits.
Gambit.
Yeah, openers, stories, qualifiers, stuff you have to memorize and deploy.
Okay, here's where it gets really, really disturbing for me. Memorizing scripts to engage in human connection. It silences your own voice.
You stop sounding like you.
You become a parrot for some guru, incapable of a genuine, unscripted thought. It's what we're calling dehumanizing bafflement.
Right.
You replace your authentic speech with these approved phrases, these incantations. It creates this dependency on secret knowledge that, guess what? You always have to buy from them.
The thought of losing your own voice in a conversation, that's genuinely unsettling, and maybe the most chilling part of this whole performance art thing is core idea 16. Genuine emotion is secondary to the demonstration of a rich range of emotion as a tactic.
This is the most vile poison. Truly, it's predatory manipulation.
Explain that.
It teaches you to fake the very thing that makes us human, our emotions, just to get what you want. It's the tactic used by people who seek to exploit.
Like faking vulnerability.
Exactly. To create false intimacy, false trust, accepting it's the ultimate self-enslavement. You become a stranger to your own heart. You weaponize intimacy itself.
So, okay, stepping back, what does this all mean for you, the person caught in this? These systems aren't just flawed theories. They seem actively damaging.
They are damaging because they create the very insecurity they claim to solve. That's the real trap, isn't it?
How so?
They build a market for their solutions by first convincing you that you have a fundamental problem, that you're somehow lacking, inherently flawed.
Right, like core idea 2, which suggests wealth is a primary but insufficient motivator for men seeking female validation. Combined with core idea 4, stating that socializing is an asymmetrical risk with high potential upside. These ideas just prey on existing insecurities, on FOMO.
And they frame human connection as this calculated gamble for personal gain.
Yeah, like an investment.
It pushes you to view every interaction as a transaction for personal return. It creates this scarcity mindset around connection, constantly telling you your worth is on the line.
It's the opposite of community or mutual support.
Completely. It replaces that with this constant anxious calculation of who's benefiting more.
And then, once you're convinced you're broken, they offer you the fix. This technical skill. Core idea 13 talks about microcalibration, reading subtle cues.
Ah, yes, microcalibration.
Sort of taught as a technical skill learned through mass repetition. They literally suggest doing 12 sets a night, like weightlifting.
This is what we mean by the obfuscation of empathy. They take a natural human capacity, empathy, simply reading and understanding others.
Something most people do naturally.
Exactly. And they rebrand it as some kind of paid technical skill that only the guru can provide. It's like a corporation trying to trademark kindness and sell it back to you.
Wow.
This lie convinces you you're inherently lacking a fundamental human skill, and then they offer to sell you the upgrade. For a price, of course.
And they even try to discredit alternatives, right, to funnel you into their system. Core idea 14 claims online dating, like Tinder, is an inferior -1 game compared to their real-life methods. And core idea 15 suggests that just being in a certain physical location, like a fancy rooftop bar, confers automatic perceived value. These just feel like symptoms, superficial fixes.
They are. It's a classic tactic to control the market. You misrepresent other options as inherently inferior to promote your own specific, usually high-effort product.
It's a straw man argument.
Totally. It forces you into their single guru-dependent mode and shuts down other perfectly valid avenues. It manufactures scarcity in your dating life.
And finally, there's core idea 18. Networking, presented as basically a covert pickup strategy,
Oh, this one.
where the real purpose of socializing is supposedly to get the girl, and any business connections or friendships are just like secondary benefits.
This connects directly to that pervasive, kind of toxic hustle culture. It corrupts genuine community purely for personal gain.
Every person becomes a tool.
Every person, every interaction becomes a means to an end. And if you adopt that worldview, you'll never know true friendship or real collaboration because every single relationship is tainted by this underlying agenda.
It creates a world where everyone is either a user.
Or being used. Yeah.
Okay. We've examined the pieces, pulled them apart. Now let's expose the machinery. What is the ultimate deception at the heart of all this?
I think the central unifying lie is this, that human connection is a technical puzzle to be solved.
It's like an engineering problem.
Exactly. Rather than a mysterious, collaborative, sometimes messy dance to be experienced. It reduces the profound, chaotic, beautiful complexity of human relationships into this sterile, mechanical system of input and output.
And why tell that lie?
Because that lie serves to disenchant the world. It strips intimacy of its meaning. And crucially, it creates a perpetual market for gurus selling you back the pieces of a soul they first convinced you was broken.
So let's be clear. This analysis isn't meant as a critique of genuine self-improvement. Not at all.
No.
It is a weapon against the mechanization of your humanity.
Right.
These systems want you to believe you are a faulty machine that needs their proprietary software to function correctly.
But you are not a machine. You are a wonderfully complex, wild, emotional human being.
So the alternative.
Reject their sterile formulas. Embrace the awkward, the beautiful, the unpredictable reality of true connection.
We're not telling you what to do, but we are urging you. Burn this mental prison of performance and calculation to the ground. Your authenticity, that's the one thing their system can never code, never predict, and never own.
Unless you willingly give it to them.
Unless you give it away.
Now go be gloriously, messily, and authentically human. Your freedom is the ultimate rejection of their control. And that's our deep dive for this week.
Remember, the most dangerous illusion is the one you don't know you're in.
But now you know. So here's our question for you. We've torn apart the PUA playbook. Now the real question is, what is the one idea you've held on to about dating or attraction that you're finally ready to put on the chopping block?
Let us know in the comments. Question the narrative. Deconstruct the dogma. See the system.
We'll see you next time. Stay skeptical.
Thank you for joining us.